Hello! Happy solstice! Whether you're in the northern hemisphere or the southern hemisphere, it is the solstice. And if you're watching this and it's not the solstice when you're watching this, please trust that all of the blessings that are here will be relevant whenever you watch this. So, I wasn't planning on being here this week because we're traveling and I just thought I wasn't going to be able to fit it in my schedule. But look, the divine figured it all out. A class I was attending got postponed. And so here I am. And I was so delighted that it falls on this special day that marks an ending and a beginning. And so that's what we're going to focus on today. And this is really just a little sneak peek, or not a sneak peek, a taste, a little sample of what's going to happen tomorrow in the Divine Leadership class with Mother Mary. Hey, Laura. Oh my gosh, so good to see you too. So, yeah, this is the weekly priestess transmission. What is a priestess? So, for me, a priestess, the priestess path that I've been called to is that path of leading through unconditional love. Now, it might sound like all naive or weak or I don't know what, but leading through unconditional love, it is the most courageous journey because, first of all, we are saying yes to, first of all, channeling unconditional love to ourselves. That is the hardest thing, to love yourself unconditionally, regardless of whatever is unfolding, because that's how the divine loves you. So that's what we practice. Now, I'm not perfect at it. I mean, in truth, that is our divine birthright. So in truth, it's actually the easiest thing. However, here with the ego that we have, it can feel like the most challenging thing. So thank you for saying yes. Thank you for being here. Hello, Maureen. Hello, Catherine. So good to see you. For having the courage to answer this call, whether you use the word priestess or not, doesn't really matter. If you do, I'm delighted, but it's okay if that's not the word for you. So today on the solstice, we are marking the end of a season. And so I'm not going to focus on nature. There's so many wonderful astrologers out there that can go into all of that. But for me, as I was praying, as I was meditating, as this gift of being able to share this with you today came up, what I was hearing was like, okay, so what we're doing here today is acknowledging the end of a season in your life. So not necessarily like spring or fall, but the season of your life. What has this past season been, these last 3 months? And here on the month of June, the first 6 months, we're halfway through 2022. So what have been the seasons that you have traveled through? And some seasons might be lovely and beautiful and delightful, and you might look back on them and just be so just filled with awe and gratitude. And other seasons might have felt incredibly challenging. And everywhere in between. And so we're here gathered when we do our meditation to step into the light, right? The pure, pearlescent white light of the divine, where anything that isn't true dissolves. And so we do that like it's not a reset, but it's an integration of the first 6 months and then an opening to receive the blessings of the second half of the year, and also to really recommit to your divine sacred mission. Now, when you hear that, please, if your mind goes to, well, I don't know what my divine mission is, I'm not sure what it is, have compassion for that part of you. Our ego loves to spin out on that. You don't need to know the details if you don't know them right now. Some of you know exactly what it is. Some of you don't know. Some of you are questioning it. That's okay. You can recommit without knowing all the details. You can recommit and say, God, source, God is creator, great mystery, universe, whatever word you want to use me. I'm here as your instrument of unconditional love and blessings for the world. I say yes to fulfilling the sacred mission that I signed up for. So this isn't about placating some source outside of you. This is like, oh, wait, you made this promise to yourself. You said, this lifetime, this is going to be my legacy of love. This is what I'm going to do. This is what it's going to include. And that's going to mean that I'm going to go through a whole bunch of initiations, a whole bunch of transformation, a whole bunch of courage that I'll have to take, lots of vulnerability that I will feel. All of that will be part of it. And I'm saying yes to it. And then we land here and we kind of forget. And so part of why we gather together is to remind ourselves, to remind each other, right? My book, right, that I'm birthing, if you haven't heard, right, the title has evolved now for several months since last December. I think it's Priestess Rise Up. And it's rise up because that's what we're doing. We're rising up. There's so many multiple levels to that title that keeps coming back. Wait, Maria's saying can't hear you. Wait, can anybody else not hear me? I hope I wasn't insane. Can someone else, sorry, Maria, that you can't hear me, but can someone else just let me know if you can hear me? Because if you can't, then I need to check something. So can somebody else, I can hear you. Yes, we can hear you. Okay, great. Maria, I'm so sorry. I'm not sure why you can't hear me, but hopefully, maybe, well, you can't hear me, so I don't know what to say, but if somebody can write maybe in the chat for Maria to try to get out and come back in, that would be great. Okay, great. So you have a wonderful destiny to fulfill. You have been fulfilling it. And it's a destiny that you created for yourself. And so on these sacred portals, like the equinox, like the solstice, what is available to us is an activation. It is an activation that helps to integrate the lessons we have been going through, and that helps to initiate, to quantum leap us forward into the next level of leadership. So it's like the portal is like a trampoline, right? When you do it consciously, it can catapult you right forward, because we live in such times now where, and I've said this many, many times before, it's accelerated times. It's times where you're needed now, not later when you heal up everything, not later when things are different in your house, not later when you figure out your relationship or your health or your weight or all of the things that we say we need to figure out first. It's now. It's an ongoing leadership journey. Yours will look different than mine and different than other people's, and that's perfect. So we're going to meditate together. We're going to step into, thank you, Laura, for putting that for her. We're going to step into a ceremonial space. When we enter a ceremony, we are stepping into a different vibration. We are stepping into a realm where all possibilities are available. Where, as you know, one of my favorite books, the Sophia Code, talks about where we know nothing, and yet in that place of knowing nothing, we can access all divine solutions. That's what we step into in ceremony. And what a blessing that we can do this together here, right, virtually, and still be in ceremony. And that some of you can watch this 2 hours from now, tomorrow, 2 years from now, more, and you are still in ceremony with us. So we're going to go into ceremony now. And so I invite all of us together to take some nice cleansing breaths. And let yourself really settle into this moment. Settle into your heart. Settle into the earth. Let yourself feel the earth so joyful, the earth rejoicing that you are here mindfully connecting with her. And so, as we all acknowledge our earth connection, I then invite you to visualize beautiful roots of light going down your legs and out the bottoms of your feet, deep, deep into the earth, releasing anything that's unnecessary, anything that does not serve you, anything that you've outgrown. And you don't need to track it. You don't need to control it. You don't even need to know right now what it is. Just have that pure intention. I am willing to release what no longer serves me. I am willing to release what no longer serves me. I am willing to release what no longer serves me. And as you do that, then, through the bottoms of your feet, visualize yourself breathing in light through the bottoms of your feet. Beautiful light coming up your legs, up your back, up to the crown of your head. You're breathing in the light. You are the light. And in this space now, I invite us to come into our heart, and you can bring the palms of your hands over your heart as I am doing right now, or just your awareness there. And as you step into your heart, stepping into your beautiful, radiant heart, connecting back to the message I shared earlier, what seasons has your heart known this year so far? Just ask your heart that. Just be with your heart. What have been the seasons? Has there been joyful seasons, expansive seasons, abundant seasons? Have there been painful seasons, seasons of grief or of the unknown? Have there been seasons of vulnerability, of release? Just honor your heart, your beautiful heart, for all that it has processed, all that it has presenced these first 6 months. And so as we do this together, we call upon the energy of the solstice today. And I'm seeing, just like vision through my inner vision, you can visualize this beautiful sun or a star that's hovering, not directly over the crown of your head, but more at the horizon. And that beautiful sun is not burning you, but you feel that ray of sunlight going into your heart, and it is healing. It is blessing your dear heart. It is blessing your dear heart. It is blessing every journey your heart has been on this year. Blessing the seasons that might have felt amazing. Blessing the seasons that might have felt so painful, and anywhere in between. And so just let's dwell together on this solstice, allowing this light to fill and bless and stretch your heart. And as you keep receiving, let yourself receive more. So sometimes we don't even know that we block ourselves from receiving. So if that feels like it relates to you, I invite you to set that intention right now. I am willing to receive more light. I am willing to receive more light in my heart. I am willing to receive more light. And as that light touches and blesses your heart, see your heart opening past any pain, right? Opening past any fear, and just let your heart open and stretch. A few years ago in a retreat I was leading with Mother Mary, her message to us was like, don't be afraid to love more. And I feel her presence saying, like, that's what keeps you safe. Love more. So feel here with the solstice blessing, your heart opening. And what is who's the first recipient of your love is your own self. All those parts of you, your inner children, your protective parts, even those parts that you might dislike, your inner critic, we're sending them all love, all compassion. And I'm just guided to kind of open my hands like this. If there's any movement that your hands want to do as you open your shoulders, as you just allow that heart to expand and open with this beautiful ray of light. And as that ray of light comes, it goes to all the way through to the back of your heart. So if there's any wounding of betrayal, of feeling stabbed in the back, that is being released now. Release, release, dissolved. So as that happens now, above you comes a beautiful golden star. And that golden star brings light down through the crown of your head, down into your heart. And now you are radiating light out. Your priestess signature, your unique priestess medicine. There is a light that you bring that nobody else brings. And so let yourself just shine that light, radiate that light, and notice how you can radiate that light and also be receiving the light at the same time. So radiating that light and receiving the light at the same time. Radiating the light and receiving the light. That is the new paradigm of leadership. You give and you receive simultaneously. And that allows you to give more. And so, with your hands over your heart, thank this beautiful solstice blessing, this solstice day. And just ending with these questions: beautiful soul, beautiful heart. What am I releasing on this solstice? What am I releasing? Or what am I letting go of? Or what am I shedding? What am I releasing on this solstice? Trust that the answer will be in your heart. Even if you're not aware of it yet, it's there. And it will be revealed at exactly the right time. And then finally, beautiful heart, beautiful soul. What am I receiving? What am I receiving on this solstice? What am I receiving? What am I receiving? Or what am I embracing? Or what am I allowing? Or what am I welcoming? See what word resonates: receiving, allowing, welcoming, embracing. What is it today on this solstice? And with deep reverence and gratitude, we bring the palms of our hands together. We bow to each other and our own heart. We close the ceremonial space with a namaste. Namaste, everyone. And so please know that the guidance will continue to unfold. If you feel guided to share in the chat or in the comments, if you're watching the replay, anything that came up for you, either what you're releasing, what you're receiving, or maybe it was one of those other words, shedding or embracing. Sometimes it feels right to have it witnessed by others. So if there's anything you want to share, please feel free to do that. And as I said earlier, tomorrow is the Mother Mary leadership ceremony, really. And it is going to be a special solstice blessing, special blessing of this first 6 months of the year. And if you've done this before with me, Mother Mary does this like amazing retroactive blessing. And I should back up and say, for those of you who are new to my work, when I mention Mother Mary, or any ascended master, I'm connecting with them as the wise ascended masters that they are, beyond any sort of religious dogma or doctrine. And so Mother Mary is a high priestess. She is compassionate, she is merciful, and she is powerful. And she has been, she's been a mentor for me for so long. And as many of you know, this past December, she was like, I need leaders, I need leaders, I need leaders. That was her message. And so tomorrow we're going to just go more into depth with that. And what's interesting, I'm also going to be teaching about the divine masculine. So solstice, divine masculine, retroactive blessing of the first 6 months, and quantum leap for the rest of the year. I mean, that's awesome. So if you want to join me, it will be recorded. If you can't attend live, it is tomorrow, June 22nd. It is June 22nd tomorrow, right? I'm correct. At 1 o'clock. It is an hour. You will get the replay. If you can't attend live, you can sign up on my website, lisaespinosa.net. Go to events and you'll see it there, or my Facebook page, Lisa ESP23. So let me read what you all wrote. Tiffany, I love that. Releasing doubt, welcoming clarity. Yes, I so resonate with that. Myrna, releasing frustration and absorbing and welcoming forgiveness. I love that. I've been working a lot with forgiveness. Yeah, I shared in one of these how Ascended Master Jesus came to me, and was his mantra that he gave me was, I forgive everyone and everything. I forgive everyone and everything. So I've been practicing that. That doesn't mean I don't have my hard feelings. I do. But thank you, Myrna. And that releasing fear, embracing security. Love that. Yes. For everyone, it's like really take that further, to an embodied practice. What does that feel like in your body? And that, how does security feel like? What is it? How do you wake up in the morning when you feel secure? What decisions do you make? Even like, how do you dress? I mean, all those things that seem like so mundane, but that's how we embody these qualities. Maureen, releasing the I can'ts and receiving opportunities. Yes, absolutely. That reminds me of the Priestess Novena prayer. It says something like, there's a line in there about the doors of opportunity. So that reminded me of that, Maureen. Pat, yes, thank you. Releasing worry. Yes, yes, yes. And tomorrow, Mother Mary was just showing me, Pat, when I saw that, like, in the healing, just this like because a lot of times with worry, for example, or fear, our brain has gone there so often that it is a very familiar neural pathway. Like when you go to a forest and there's a path that hundreds and thousands of people have walked through, it's so easy to walk to it. Same thing happens to our brain. And we have those like worry pathways. So when Mother Mary just jumped into my mind, right when I read that, Pat, it's like, oh, okay, tomorrow, that's what we're going to do. We're going to send healing, send light to those neural pathways that no longer serve us, and make space for the new neural pathways. Right? So thank you, Pat. Welcoming centeredness. Love that. Jen, so good to see you. Releasing residue of the old stories. I love that residue, and embracing divine radiance and sacred creation. Love that. That releasing residue, that reminds me, a while back, what I heard was releasing toxic debris. And I was like, okay, toxic debris. That's what that reminds me of, right? Because a lot of times we've done the healing, but there's this like, it's like after a bomb goes off and they've already cleaned it, but there's still glass and there's like dirt, and we're just like, we're cleansing because our energy is so precious. We don't need to carry that, like carry unnecessary things. Laura, releasing the pain of transitions on many levels, embracing lightness and wisdom and levity. I love that, Laura. Yes, transitions can be painful. Oh my gosh. Yes. Right? It's like, Oh, I just feel that stretch that a transition brings. And yet on the other side is so much love, so much expansion, right? So thank you for sharing that, Laura. So I'm going to pull a card for everyone, and then we are going to be done for today. Thank you so much. It was so wonderful. And I hope to see you tomorrow for our extravaganza of divine leadership, solstice, divine masculine blessing, everything. Everything's going to happen. And it's on 2222. I hadn't even realized that till I said it to me. Okay. She actually has my colors, and that's what I thought of. Okay. It says rebirth. Oh, this is, by the way, the Star Temple Oracle, because I want to make sure. Star Temple Oracle. Out of the darkness into the light. And I wore this and I was like, black, that's not really like a solstice color, but it was like, no. And that's what I heard. It's like, we're coming out of the darkness into the light. And literally, this is what it says. Look at that gorgeous, beautiful, all that light. Again, out of the darkness into the light. What a perfect message on this solstice. So thank you everyone who's here live. Thank you all of you who are watching the replay. Remember to subscribe to my channel. Remember to put your comments. Remember to tell people those that would resonate with this message. And I will see you soon. This time we're going to North Carolina on Thursday. So I really don't think I'll be able to do a transmission next week. If I can, it'll be like a quick one on Instagram Live, but I will see you after that. Roxana, beautiful. Oh, love that. Thank you so much. I'm so glad you were here. Catherine, yes, thank you. You're a beautiful priestess too, Laura. All of you, beautiful priestesses. All right, bye everyone.